Hey everybody, Tom Barnes Stories from the 78 from District Brew Yards. I'm here with my friend Scent Rock and Nez. What's up, guys?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going. You guys have a big event coming up at District Brew Yards, a new fest fair, right? It's called the Cultura Art Fair, right?
Yeah. The Cultura Art
Cultura,
Fair.
I see. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that rolls off your tongue way better than mine.
yeah, but you get the gist of it. So
Well, so tell me what this event's all about because it's at a place that kind of does the mural thing pretty well at District Brew Yards and that whole complex there. They just had a big event called Titan Murals, so you guys are kind of adding to that vibe and flavor a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So alongside murals, we're also gonna have like other art activations.
Hmm.
Like for me, I'm doing like a vendor table. I'm just gonna be there like with some of my new prints and paintings. But we're also gonna be signing our own original prints, so that's gonna be fun, and they're gonna be free. So for whoever gets there first, they'll be able to get one. We'll have like music and food, so it's just like a really good like cultural event for everyone just to celebrate like local Hispanic artists.
So Nez, what kind of art do you like that you'll have on display? Like, give people a little vibe of what you look like.
Yeah, so a lot of my art's like character based, so like the cereal box character that I'm known for,
Hmm.
so it'll mostly be all about that. It's pretty popular with the kids, but something that families can enjoy too.
And this is you said you're giving away these things for free.
Yeah, so with All Star Press, they're going to do like one individual print for each artist. I'm just kind of like highlighting like their best work of like this year.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, and pretty gracious of you guys as artists to be able to put your stuff out there for free. And I'm sure that people will offer up some donations and stuff like that to appreciate the artwork. But Scent Rock, I think we're in your studio right now, so I imagine being a part of something like this in this community is a big deal in the Chicago art scene.
yeah, it's super dope. I think what I like about it the most is how so many talented artists are coming together under one roof to be able to host a celebration, and a lot of us. We've worked together, like me and Nez, Lucy have worked together, me and some of the other artists like Tubz. But for all of us to come, what is there, eight of us to come together, and six of them are doing live art. Nez will be showing work, and even the workshop that we did leading up to this, it was just, I think it was a really good opportunity and experience to be able to connect and build with one another.
And I was reading a little bit more about this program that you guys have here with the mentorship aspect of it. Can you guys go into that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So, a lot of that had to do with the workshops that Sen mentioned. So we both had our own individual workshops where we led. For me, it was how to do the doodle grid method on a canvas, and Scent Rock did more of a like spray paint class. And I think it was just special because a lot of the people in the community, I think we sometimes get used to what we do, but we forget like there's people out there like that, they want to know the face behind the art
Yeah.
and like getting to meet us like it's something like special, so it's nice to like give them something in return and like kind of like teach them part of what the job is.
Well, I imagine it's special for you guys too, just to connect with folks that appreciate your work, right?
For sure. Hmm.
Yeah, it was special too because we had about 12, you know, younger artists that came. We did the workshops at my studio, so it was cool to be able to have that experience. Like the older artists, the ones that are featured, all of us that are being featured, I think it was cool. And then we had younger artists come in, and Nez had a really cool workshop, something that you don't really think about unless you have years kind of trial and error. So it's cool to be able to show them how to approach that. And then I like Ned said, I showed them how to kind of approach if they were to do their like first large scale mural or some sort of large scale painting, and just kind of be a little bit more. Nez did a grid. I did a little bit more like conceptual. Like, all right, let's think of an idea. Let's figure out the best way to create that.
And
Um,
uh,
yeah.
I was gonna say too, the mentorship culminates with them be able to debut some of their artwork inspired by their journey with the cultural roots, which I imagine that is important to you guys as well. Just being the type of festival this is to really express your cultural roots and your journey as an artist.
Yeah, for sure. It was a great experience, like it's very empowering. I felt like, shout out to Walmart who kind of sponsored the entire event.
Which is
I don't want
crazy. Of all the things,
yeah,
Walmart is like wants to be on board, but it's awesome because to have any kind of financial backing is a good thing, right?
yeah, it was cool. And I think Walmart didn't, I don't want to be too addy, because that wasn't their real goal. Like, I think they generally, saw a cool opportunity to be able to invest in this community. And yeah, it was a good time, so shout out Walmart. They're not paying us to do this, but to do this interview.
No, they're
So,
not. We're just doing this.
yeah, so it doesn't have to be an ad, but that is kind of what helped, bring the project together. And it was pretty cool.
So it's a big week here in Chicago. We have the DNC in town this week, and you had the Titan Mural Fest last week. You'll have this in September here. Why do you feel like artwork, or maybe not why, but like why is artwork so important to showcase the vibe and the soul of a city, especially like a city like Chicago, where you have huge Latino population mixed with all the other, I know it's like Polish and Mexican are the big, populations here in Chicago. I'm that mix. I'm Polish and Mexican. And I feel like Chicago's unique in that way, where we have such, every city's got a little blended, of cultures, but Chicago's got big blends of big cultures that are, boisterous with colors and everything else. Why is that so important for you guys to be able to have Chicago as a canvas, to do this artwork for people who are from here, and also people who come here to see what we're all about?
Yeah, I mean, it shows like the spirit of the people for sure. But like even how you mentioned like the DNC and everything happening right now, I think a lot of walls are just like they focus on like social issues or like what's happening in the now.
Mm-hmm.
And even though like my work doesn't really deal with that type of stuff, it's more like surface level and cutesy. Like I really respect like artists who, they've been doing this for a while and they're able to, have bigger concepts and talk about more important things in their work. So yeah, it's definitely something that's really important.
Yeah, yeah, I agree exactly what Ness said. Um, yeah, and Chicago's always, the history of it, the culture of it. When people come, like you said, when people visit, so many people are visiting for the DNC this week, and I'm sure a lot of them are taking yeah downtown and the lake and the sights, but also people love to come for the culture. Like you said, there's so much to offer. Like my studio's here in Pilsen, and it thrives in Mexican culture, and there's studios here. There's hundreds of murals here, and I think that's a big thing. Constantly celebrating that, celebrating our creativity and our culture, and that's why I think like this event coming up celebrates both, which is really cool.
And speaking of them, can you guys give me the actual date of the event for folks that are watching right now, so they can time this out, make sure they head over to District Brew Yards, which you also should mention, as a place that is the home base for this event.
So it's gonna be August 25th, so it's a Sunday, from 12 to 5.
And it's right at 417 North Ashland. Family-friendly event, which is great. So like you were saying, art is such an inclusive thing where it could be people from all types and sizes and where they're from, but to come together one common bond that is art and expression. And I love the fact that you guys took time for today to chat with me. I appreciate it very much. Where can people find you, Nez?
On Instagram mostly, so it's at studio__Nez or my website, studionez.com.
Sent Rock.
Yeah, just at Sentrock, SENTROCK, and yeah, we'll be there. We'll be at the event, so if anybody comes, make sure to stop and say hi. We'll appreciate it.
Absolutely. And you said you're in your studio. What do you got going on behind you there?
Just some paintings, some works. Let's see. This is just designs that I'm working on. Doing a collection with the MCA coming up, the Museum of Contemporary
Yeah,
Art.
that's
Releasing
awesome.
some older painting that I have, and yeah, just concepts, ideas, just creating right now.
And I forget my last question, but how long does it take you guys from like conceptual idea to your final product?
Well, it ranges. Like for me, I could do a painting and knock it out in one day, or there's periods of times where it's like I draw a lot of illustrations and then it's like to get it on canvas, I kind of like it takes a while to get there.
I
So
imagine.
it just, yeah. Depends on mood, I guess.
My problem is that I procrastinate until the last minute. So if I
Oh,
have a
yeah.
show, I'm starting to work the week of the show. So I typically work pretty fast, more just by necessity than anything.
Well, and sometimes you have that little pressure cooker and it gives you the most inspiration because you're just doing it you're not overthinking it. You're doing what is, pulling from the inside, throwing it out onto the canvas or however the medium might be, right?
Yeah, it's very true.
So you guys will be out there for the event. What time? You said it's from noon to 5 at District Brew Yards. Free event, family friendly. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you taking time to chat with me, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Definitely. All right,
Great.
Tom. See you there.
I'll see you
Bye
then.
now.